Hi everyone. I really wanted to make a little video today. I was really feeling it this morning. And I think I really wanted to address everything that's going on with probably a lot of people right now, including myself. I'm slowly coming into a place of more inspiration after heading into a place of illusion and disappointment and uncertainty within my life. And what I'm noticing is we're all in these similar patterns of experience right now. And a lot of us were going through it last year. And a lot of us are going through it right now. And of course, yeah, we did just come out of Mercury in retrograde. I think we came out on the 22nd. But still, we have these moments of understanding with these planetary alignments that kind of bring information out into the forefront. But really, the information's already always been there. It just takes a bigger vibrational shift for us to really recognize everything. And so I've been in a place myself of coming through old personal experiences and habits of my old self, of what I like to call my shadow self. And everybody's probably heard of that term. And if you haven't heard of the shadow self is where it is almost the opposite to our higher self. It is the darker side of us that focuses more on the ego, the fears, the worries, and the doubts, and the darkest passions that may be within us. And so what I'm noticing and what's coming to me with my own clarity through my own personal experiences right now is that we are needing to release this shadow self. And that seems quite obvious of a comment to really say, but in case we forget, we really do need to release our old self. And I remember saying this a while back, maybe not necessarily in a recording, but I remember writing about it. And I remember feeling that for us to really get into a higher vibration, for us to really get into a higher level of consciousness, where a lot of us are heading into, and we're all shifting, call it ascension, call it change, name it whatever you want to tag it with. You can make it into a biblical aspect if you prefer, but whatever it is, we're going into a higher vibrational shift, and that's my understanding of it. But in order to do that, we have to release the old tethers, old habits, old thought patterns, and the processes that we've allowed ourselves to go through. And the hard thing is, though, as we go through this ascension process, this shift, this higher self calling, and believe me, it's been yelling at me in the last couple of weeks, because I have felt as if my higher self personally has been standing outside of this shadow self. And it's almost like being a battle, a war between good and evil, so to speak, and dark and light. Dark's not winning, so I'm really happy to share that. But I know a lot of you also are feeling this. I'm feeling this dark side of self surfacing, whether it's you as the victim or the victimizer, or an instigator of a situation, or someone that is receiving and being within a situation where there's more negative situations around your outcomes with people and places. And it's hard to be in it and to be emotion free. Now, this is what I'm going to talk about when I teach my Law of Attraction class, the Healing and Manifestation workshop that I'll be doing, because I'm not going to just teach everybody how to manifest using the Law of Attraction techniques, because it goes deeper than that. It goes deeper. It really goes deep into a practice of healing self and healing your vibration around you, so that you will only attract healing and vibrational light and more things in your life that you want to come to you, that you are intentionally wanting to come to you, and not by default. And by default, we talk about the negative experiences. But sometimes, excuse the noisy traffic, but sometimes we find that in order for us to really get into a high vibration, we have to clear through the negative path, the negative places that we've been before. We're gonna get to a higher vibration, but we just can't leap into that space, that infinite space, from a place that has been locked away in our old vibration. And Spirit's around, because I see a butterfly, a huge butterfly just showed up. So thank you for that. So we've allowed a lot of our old feelings and emotions to be stored up and locked into our aura, our energetic field, our akashic information. Again, whatever you want to tag and title it with. We've stored this information and we think we've come through healing, and then something will resurface to say, no, you're not quite there yet. So here's a lesson for you. And those lessons come from places and people that you wouldn't expect. And they come from situations that maybe you sense but were kind of a little doubtful of self. And it's really hard when you're empathic and when you're intuitive. And for myself as a psychic medium, sometimes you've sensed these things are getting ready to occur a long time ago, and there's nothing you can do because it's out of your control. So instead, you're kind of, I don't want to say the word limited, but it's the only word that comes to mind right now. You're limited to really surrender, no matter what's going on around you and through you. Because if you can surrender to everything that's going on around you, to everything that's happening to you, and to everything that you're doing to self and around you and others, if you can surrender to what is, you'll be able to more quickly release those old tethers, those old habits. And a lot of us, myself included, have been too afraid. We're holding on so tight because we want to protect the situation. We want to protect the space around us. We want to protect ourselves. And so almost a desperate act comes out of fearful thinking and wanting to control a situation. And we really have no control. The only thing we can have control over is ourselves and our emotions. We are fully responsible for what we do, what we say, how we feel. What comes to us from outside sources is really not our business, unless we choose ourselves to pay attention to it and make it our business. So it's really important for us to really sync up again. And so again, going back to being presented right now with this shift, and it has been an intense one, so I know all of you have really been hurting, and I see a pattern amongst all of us. I want you to know that it's really okay, because where we're heading is into a higher vibrational plane. Now, you can have these conversations, and hopefully you've got friends around you that you can have these conversations with on this level. And there's some of you that may not have those people around you to have these discussions with. So that makes it very difficult. So that's why another reason why I wanted to do this video, to really kind of assure you that you're not alone. That you're not alone in your thinking, in your thought patterns, and these new ideas that you're embracing. And a lot of you are really coming into your own. A lot of you are really, your intuition is waking up. It's waking up for a reason. It's time. A lot of you are choosing to become healers, are choosing to go back to school, are choosing to be ready to take on the world. No, the world is kind of fallen into another dimension in itself, and we as responsible human beings in this human experience that we've chosen have to assist that earth in the most important way possible, and just assist the shift in where it's choosing to go also. We can't fight it. We can't fight what's outside of ourselves, and that's where we're going wrong. And really it's a reflection of fighting within ourselves. And again, the most important word that always continues to come into my mind for the last couple of weeks is surrender. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. I know it's tempting to fight back. But really, you'll find your game more if you just surrender. In concerns of truth and what's a reality to one person, what's reality to another, the truth always comes out. And there's always more than one truth. But what's important and what feels good in the truth is what's important. If it feels good, if it feels right, if it aligns with your higher source rather than your shadow self, then you can't go wrong. And right now, and you're seeing this within the government, with the politics, and please don't pay attention to all what's going on in politics, because that's another grand illusion in itself. So please try not to pay too much attention. Do not get yourself worked up. Do not find fault in friends for their beliefs. Choose to stay off the big old arguments on Facebook, because all you're doing is adding to the propaganda and the illusion that's already out there. You know better. You know better than to jump on this whole bandwagon that's happening right now. And it's part of this process, and it's a part of what they're attracting you into. Like attracts like. So if your vibration is excited by the drama of all what's going on. You're going to keep being enticed by it. And then you're going to find that you're drawn into it more and drawn into these silly rampages that are going on different social media, again, besides Facebook and any other social media networks that there are. So I highly recommend you choose to pay less attention to that. Because again, that's us paying attention to our shadow self, our darker side, our ego, our fearful side, because we want to prove ourselves to be right. It doesn't matter whether we're right or wrong right now. It really does not matter, because everybody has their own perceptions and their own truth, their own reality, and there is nothing that you can do to change that. All you can do is focus on what you do, what you say, how you act, how you feel, how you are as a spiritual being in your physical experience. Remember, this is so temporary. So when you're having situations with friends, family members, work colleagues, and you're having these altercations or having these breakdowns within situations, know that everybody and everything related to you in this life is temporary. Even the closest people to you. That's a hard one, because you've adapted to the character within this play that you're in. You've read the script, you chose it, you liked it, said, yes, I'm on board, I want to do this. You didn't know all the finer details, or at least you may have forgotten when you incarnated. But as you go through those uncomfortable details, you kind of want to jump ship. But it's not the time to jump ship either. You've signed up for this. So knowing that, choose the higher source. Choose your higher level of awareness and understanding and high level of consciousness. And choose the highest state. Don't ignore the shadow self, the ego self. And I've said this to a lot of my students and friends, to really name that ego. And this was a mentor suggested this to me, and I thought it was a wonderful way to understand our shadow self. And to really not necessarily ignore the ego, but to really pay attention to it at first, so you can understand its thoughts, its habits, and everything else surrounding it. Another thing that was suggested to me by my mentor is to name the ego. I thought that was fantastic. So I highly recommend you name your ego something very silly, obnoxious, as long as you don't name it after a family member. That's not a good idea. But name it after something that just makes you laugh, so you can take a weight and take away the resistance of dealing with the ego. So you do that, and it's going to really help you in a great deal. And so a lot of us right now are faced with that ego, that shadow self, the darker side, the old habits, the old tethers again. And you're right now almost in a choice. And I think the whole world is in a choice of, again, like, so to speak, good and evil, light and dark. These, again, and I say titles and tags a lot because that's all they are. The perception is what is really changing what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is dark, and all those things. At the end of the day, the focus should be on what feels good, what feels bad. It's really that simple. And you already know that being in your shadow self feels bad, your ego self feels bad, and being in your highest state of reflection feels good. And the highest state of reflection will remove the emotional attachment, no matter how hard it may be. But your highest state recognizes that we are all family, and we're all connected. So having to release situations around you that are very close to you, that may seem hard at first, will actually be the most important thing you'll ever do. Because remember, you are all here on a mission. You're not here to just exist. Some may disagree. You're just here to breathe and exist. Well, there's a lot more to it than that. Because when you feel that drive and that intuition that's guiding you to be somewhere and go somewhere, there's a reason for that. That is almost like your roadmap. Your gut instinct is your roadmap into making those better decisions. So if you're having that gut instinct, that is your roadmap, then there is a direction that you're supposed to be heading towards. If we just needed to come here to just simply exist, then what would be the point of being here when we know how wonderful it is outside of these physical bodies? So we're here to, there's things we came here to do. There's things, there's goals, there's dreams, there's differences that we've come here to make. And I find myself being guided more and more towards helping other people find their own power, to really connect back to that power within. I love to do my readings. I love to guide other people in activities and community groups. But right now I find myself feeling the call to help other women. I mean, men and women, but probably mostly women. So this is why I got called to do the law of attraction class for healing. I've met so many people that are in my situation or have been in my situation where things are out of your control. And I won't go into too much detail because it's not necessary. But if you come to my workshop, you're going to get to know a little bit more about me. But I really do believe it's time, again, for men and women to really find the power within themselves, because you are getting tested and challenged right now with experiences and lessons to kind of see whether or not you really feel like you are truly at fault, and whether or not you are in fear of self. Your higher state doesn't know fear. Your shadow self calls to you to acknowledge it. And it's really your choice, but please know that you're okay. And another friend reminded me today, and something I always preach, so I kind of got my advice given back to me this morning. So thank you, Laurie Carter, for that. You know, don't be too hard on yourself. Don't judge yourself too much, because that's also going to pull you into that darker side. It does not matter what is happening around you right now. What matters is how you perceive it, how you react to it, how you respond to it. Doesn't matter on what level of experience you're having right now. No matter how dark it is, no matter how uncomfortable, how you react to it is your choice and can change lives. It takes a lot of patience to be in this experience and to choose the lighter side. But you can and you will. And really, patience isn't necessary. The more we come into our higher state of being, we won't even need to think about the word patience. But right now, while we're in this dual situation of dark and light, patience seems to be an understanding of something that we really do need. So as for right now, use it to the best of your ability. If you're struggling, go outside. Take advantage of the weather if you have good weather. Look outside the window. Take these moments to just breathe. Don't forget to breathe, no matter what your experiences are. Seek forgiveness of self and others. Love unconditionally. Be wary. Keep boundaries. And boundaries, again, sorry, I should have mentioned this sooner. Boundaries are really important right now because of what people are choosing. It's almost like I said, people are choosing different sides right now. So keep your boundaries up. Doesn't mean you have to keep your boundaries up out of fear. It just means you're taking care of yourself. And it's okay to do that too. So pay less attention to the drama. Pay more attention to your higher self and what it is reflecting to those that are part of your drama or to self. Make the better choices that feel good, that open up the heart, that open up that solar plexus, that gut feeling, that feeling within the stomach. Because your intuition is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. We have this veil thinning, we have this ascension process, this shift into a higher vibration, going from third dimensional reality into another dimension. And not everybody can come with you. You can't take everyone with you there. Now, this doesn't mean people are going to suddenly disappear. It's not that it's not that extent that I'm talking about. It's more about people will slowly dissipate and you'll have less drama around you. The higher vibration that you go into, the less of the darker side will be around you. Again, because of perception and what you attract. Again, so this is why when I teach this class on law of attraction, I'm going into the healing aspects and the vibrations that you're bringing around you and that you want to put out. And then tools to aid you in manifesting the things that you want. But we've got to take baby steps. And we can't manifest what we want from a place of our shadow self. We have to really learn to digest the information from that darker side, release it, and really incorporate that higher self, that God source light into our very being. So really be brave, be strong throughout this time. You're not alone. I'm right there with you. And again, that's why I wanted to do this video for myself and for all of those that are watching. So I'm going to leave you with my meditation that I show everybody, and a meditation that I'm going to show you in the workshop if you care to join me. And I like to call it the 5 in 5. It takes 5 minutes. Well, you don't have to spend 5 minutes, but if you needed something quick to do first thing in the morning, I highly recommend this. This is something I've always done, and other mentors have shown me something similar, and so I've incorporated all of what I naturally did myself with other teachings. So the 5 in 5, it's 5 things in 5 minutes. Number 1 is breathe. Inhale, exhale. Slow down the breath before you do anything. Number 2 is shake off like a rag doll. Be as silly as you need to be. Shake. We're not dancing here. Shake all your energy out. Scoop it out of your stomach. Scoop it out of the vibrations within your aura. And just scoop everything away from you. That's number 2. Number 3 is putting your arms up and imagine an inferno fire going through you. Another friend invited me to use this word, internal inferno. I kind of like that. So number 1 again, breathe. Inhale, exhale. Number 2, shake off, scoop out. Number 3, internal inferno. Imagine this fire going through your body from the feet all the way up to the top of your head and through your arms, burning out old residue, old energy. Number 4, push out the chest to push out the heart and expand the heart center. Imagine white light coming to the heart. Place the arms out, and as you inhale, breathe up with the arms, and exhale, take the arms down. Kind of feels like Tai Chi. So that's number 4. Chest out, and do this 5 times. Breathe in, exhale, down, breathe out. Number 5, finish with hands to heart in gratitude. Say your forgiveness, say your gratitude, and be in a blessed mood for where you are right now in this moment. Say a prayer, say a mantra, whatever else you want to add to it, make it your own. But that's your 5 in 5. You breathe, that's number 1. 2, shake off, scoop out. 3, internal inferno, burn all that residue out. Number 4, heart opener, bring your arms up, exhale down, it really expand that heart consciousness. Number 5, bring your hands to your heart in gratitude. Do this first thing in the morning. If you've got kiddies running around, you've got things to do, and you've got to get to work, do it either when you've got your coffee going. Make sure you do this after maybe you've got your kids ready for school, but do it before you get in the car. Do it before you go anywhere. You've got 5 minutes. If you have to get up an extra 5 minutes in the morning because the kids are taking too much of your time up, or you have other things that are pulling at your energy, get up 5 minutes earlier. 5 minutes, that's all it takes. 5 in 5. And it's hard to remember everything I'm telling you. And I'd love to show you in person, but it's hard to hold this camera at the same time. So that's why I suggest you come to the workshop. But do the 5 in 5 every single morning and start to see the change. Do it at night as well. But the most important part of your day is in the morning, because when you wake up, your body is in its most relaxed state. Your body has rested, your spirit has freed and journeyed for a few hours and is ready to come back. So it's already refreshed. So that's the most perfect time. Do it every day. See the images that come to you, and you'll find your manifesting ways will begin to materialize. But for now, focus on your healing and just trust in the process. There is light at the end of the tunnel. It really is there. Spirit is taking care of you. Your loved ones, your spirit guides, your angel guides, your God source is all taking care of you, and you need not worry. So for now, I send you my blessings, and I join you in my healing process. And I hope to see you all at my Law of Attraction class. And I'm hoping to bring it to other states. So this will be the first one in North Carolina. And I'm really excited to bring it to other places. So be on the lookout. But hopefully I'll see you there. 16th of July and 17th of July. Hopefully I've got my dates right. Very forgetful these days. But look on my Facebook page and like my Facebook page. I can't accept all friend requests, so go to my Facebook page, my business page, donnaprecious.com, and like that page, and look for all the classes and events that are coming up. And I send you all my love, and again, please know that you're fine, you're okay. Breathe through this process. Do the 5 in 5. Wake up every day brand new and shake it off. Take care.